Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ferris Sports Update on the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm your host Sandy Golston, and today we're going to talk some Bulldog football as we're joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Jeff Pierce. Coach Pierce, welcome to the show.
Yeah, great to be here.
Well, Mother Nature and Old Man Winter have been a little bit tough on Bulldog football as they have been on some of the other spring sports, and you guys have had to adapt to some things with the weather, and I know you had some challenges on Sunday with some weather-related issues, and how are you guys adapting to some of the weather-related issues this spring?
Well, Mother Nature brings what it brings, you know, and it has been a little bit interesting, but we had to back up practice a day last week because of Tuesday not being able to get out and snow on the field, and then our makeup was on Sunday, and it was kind of one of those things that you tell everybody that our goal is to play in late November, and we got an opportunity to practice in that type of environment. It turned into a blizzard and ended up with over an inch of snow that came down on the ground while we were practicing, and then thunder and lightning sent us in. But it made it a little interesting. But it was a good opportunity, though, because you have to be able to perform in those kind of elements and trying to be able to secure the football and secure footing and things like that. So it was a learning experience for us. Not something that I want to do every day, though.
I was going to say, I don't think it's something you want to do every day because you have such a teaching and learning time in the spring. And just talk a little bit about from a coaching standpoint, Coach. You know, the spring is a time where you guys can get a little bit more specific with things that you're trying to teach some of the younger players a little bit. Talk a little bit more about the teaching aspect of the spring as far as practice is going.
Well, you're absolutely right. Spring football is a very critical part of your program, and it's a lot of development that goes on during that time frame. And as a teacher, you have an opportunity to really spend a lot of quality time with trying to get certain techniques and fundamentals accomplished by your athletes. And to be a good football coach, you have to be a good teacher. And we spend a lot of time working on different techniques. We do a lot of evaluation of our student athletes during that time frame. They come out of the winter strength and conditioning program where you try to develop the team with their strength and their speed, and then you go out onto the football field, and we're allowed 15 opportunities by the NCAA, and it really is a good time because then in between our practices, and we're doing a lot of film work, and we're fortunate that this day and age the quality of the film that we're able to work with, you know, really gives you an opportunity to take that teaching lab that you have out on the football field right into the classroom. And in between these practices, we're sitting down with our athletes and we're analyzing and teaching from that. And it's a great teaching tool to show a person when they're trying to accomplish a certain task and whether it's correct or not correct. And I think that's a huge part of your development.
And you talk about player development, and obviously that's what the spring is all about, because you know what your veterans can do. I mean, you've had a chance to see some of the veterans that have been in your program for 2 or 3 years and that have been through several springs. So the spring seems to be really a time for some of your younger players, maybe your redshirt freshmen or some of your sophomores, to really kind of hone some of the things that they've been working on over the years.
Yeah, you're correct. You know, for your veteran players, you're trying to tweak them to take them to a little bit higher level than they were the year before. And they get into their comfort zone and are able to, you know, make some strides there. But the big strides, like you said, are made by your younger people. And that's the thing about college football is there's a lot of development that goes on between a kid that's a high school senior leaving a program like that and being able to compete in an NCAA Division II football program. And it usually takes sometimes 2 or 3 or even 4 years, you know, to develop an individual in that aspect, and not only physically and mentally, but when you start working on the certain techniques that you're trying to get accomplished with them, and they have to be able to get in their comfort zone. I mean, you can teach somebody something, but then they have to be able to go out and be able to perform it on a consistent level. And then once it gets closer to showtime, then they have to be able to do that in the intensity of the battle, and not to resort back to old habits and things that maybe they had done previously. So it really is a great opportunity for our young players to make some huge strides. That's where you see the majority of your development, with your guys in your program, and you're looking for competition. I mean, we have to count on some of these young guys to come up and really step their game up. Maybe your veterans can take it at one level. You want the younger players to take it up 2 or 3 levels to really get in the area that they need to be competitive for you.
Exactly. Are you going to have some opportunities to be competitive? I know you're going to have your Crimson and Gold game. Talk a little bit about the opportunities you guys will have to maybe get out and test some things with maybe some scrimmage type opportunities.
Yeah, we will have 3 scrimmages, including the spring game, and those are all opportunities for our guys to go out and really show where they're at. We evaluate these guys every play, and and we really try to make sure they understand. It's about competition. It's nothing personal. Seniority doesn't earn you a job. That's the one thing in this day and age that young people have to understand. It's about competition and earning something. And that's really what it comes down to. You're not entitled to this position. You have to go earn this position, and and it doesn't matter who you are. And it's not rocket science. If you want to take the program to another level, each guy has to take their game to the next level. And by that competition, if it forces your starter to become that much better to maintain his job, well, then you've got better as a football team. Or if some young guy comes in and takes one of those positions over, and you're better because that guy is better than what you had in the past, that's what you're trying to get accomplished. But it's a lot of fun, and we really enjoy spring football and having that opportunity to really concentrate on those kind of things.
Well, Coach, we're certainly glad to have you here on the show, Ferris Sports Update, and looking forward to some more exciting spring football. I know I'll be out there, and looking forward to seeing how the team develops here over the course of the rest of the spring. Yeah. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for you for joining us here on Ferris Sports Update. For more information about Bulldog Athletics, check ferrisstatebulldogs.com. We hope to see you back next week on another episode of Ferris Sports Update.